Hello and welcome back. I'm so glad you're here today. It is the 11th of March and we're going on our first camping trip of the year. I'm so excited. We're going down to Valley of Fire in Nevada. Never been there. I'm excited to see it. I hope you are too. So thanks for coming along. I'm just about packed up, got a few more things to put in the Jeep, and then we're ready to go. So we've been stuck in this traffic jam. The sign said there's an accident up ahead, but we haven't got to it yet. Probably been in this bumper to bumper for a half hour. I don't know. Hope we get to the end soon. As you can see, it's really windy. So I'm going to talk right here by the Jeep and then I'll show you the campsite. So, well, there's really nothing to say, but let's look at the campsite. There's our nearest neighbor that way. And this is the view. And there's a trailer over there. It's not bad, except for the wind. Very nice. First thing I'm going to do is put a coat on. And then second thing I'm going to do is try to figure out where to park the Jeep because I don't think it's level right here. Okay, so coat is on. Jeep is leveled. It's 6:30, so I think I'm going to have dinner. So I've told you before I really don't like to cook at camp. I don't know that that's true. I really don't like to do dishes at camp. That's really a pain. I really don't like to do dishes at camp because the way I've done it before is heating up the water to wash, and had a water jug that we had a sprayer, but that water was really cold, so I really didn't like to do dishes like that. Some people do it with a spray bottle of vinegar and then just wipe it with a paper towel. That's an option. I haven't tried that. But I just brought food from home that is already cooked. I made potato salad again because I love potato salad, and then some barbecued chicken. So that's what's for dinner. Let me get that out and we'll go from there. So here's my dinner. I just dished it up. But it is so windy and kind of chilly out here that I'm going to get in the Jeep to eat. So I'm going to go do that now. It's just after 9. I've been in the Jeep for, well, most of the evening. After I ate my dinner, I cleaned up, I made my bed, and I got in the Jeep, and I've been downloading the footage from today onto my laptop, and I've started editing the video, and I've done a little bit of research on how to photograph the lunar eclipse that's coming this week. On Thursday, we're going to have a lunar eclipse, so I hope I can photograph that or maybe videotape that. I don't know how that's going to go. Never done it. I'm going to read for a little bit, which I haven't done yet. So I'll just do that until, I don't know, until I get tired and get ready for bed. So I will see you in the morning. Good night. It is about 8 o'clock, I think. The sun just came up over the mountain, as you can see. I've been up since about 5:30, and it's been a little chilly. It was like 46 degrees out here, which isn't too bad considering, but I stayed in the Jeep till about 7 and then got out and started getting ready for the day. I'm going to start making breakfast. So it's yogurt and fruit and granola and half a bagel. So and I've got a hard-boiled egg. So that's what breakfast is. So here we go. I have this tote that has all my dry ingredients, everything that's not in the fridge. So I'm going to sit down and have my breakfast, and I will give you a view of what the campsite looks like in the daylight. So breakfast is made, and I'm sitting down to eat my breakfast, and this is my beautiful view from my chair. Amazing. I love it. All right, I've got camp packed up, and I'm all ready to go into Valley of Fire. So let's go. So we made it. I'm parked at the visitor center, so let's go inside, look around, and get a map so we know where we're going. White Domes Loop is a beautiful trail. It was an uphill through the sand and then down into the rocks, through slot canyons. It was just beautiful. 1.1 mile loop. It felt longer than that, but it was amazing and so much fun. Fire Wave Trail is a 1.5 mile out and back trail. It didn't feel as long because it wasn't as much in the sand. It was a lot of walking on just rock, which was a lot easier, but since it was a longer trail, I didn't make it to the end, just turned around and came back to the trailhead. So I've been in the park since just after 10 this morning, and it is just after 3 now. I've gone on 2 hikes. For the normal person, they're probably not real long. The second one was 1.5 miles, and I didn't go to the end. I don't even know where the end was. People just kept going. The first one was... It says 1.1 mile loop, but sure felt a lot longer than that. It was downhill on rocks with sand on them and a lot of walking in the sand. So there's another hike that I'd like to do, but I just don't think I've got it in me today. So I'm going to go find camp and either come back tomorrow or come back the next day. So we'll see how it goes. But let's go find camp. I'm driving around for a little bit looking for a camp spot. Since we left this morning, somebody's in that same spot, so I've been looking for something else. So let's get out and look around and see what we've got here. By the way, it's super windy again, so I'm not going to do any talking while I'm outside. I'll just show you where we are. So I've had dinner. I put up the solar panels so that the Jackery could charge. It was down into the 60s. Having trouble with the secondary charging. I have a little teeny power station that I've been charging my phone and camera batteries, and it's having a hard time recharging. So I'm just trying to get the Jackery up so that it can do what the other one can't. So it is so windy. Okay, how windy is it? It is so windy that I have a hard time opening the door when I want to get out. That's how windy it is. So I had my dinner and I'm just staying inside the Jeep. I'm going to read for a while. Last night the wind didn't die down till around bedtime, around 10. I finally went to bed about 10:30. I wonder if this is how it is in the desert all the time. Does it just, the wind blows like crazy every afternoon? I don't know. And I lived in Arizona. I lived outside of Tucson my junior year in high school. And I've seen the dips, you know, the road dips. Every time there's a wash, the road dips down. But I have never seen, like there is here, where there is a measuring stick that tells you how high the water is, and it goes up to 6 feet. It was like, oh my gosh. I guess water flows when it rains. So I'm getting tired of the wind. That is for sure. Can't spend any time outside in the afternoon. But I'm just gonna sit in here and enjoy my book for a while and then see what we're gonna do then. Good evening. I hope you can see me okay. It's kind of dark in here in the Jeep. Those little fairy lights that I had broke last year. I have another set, I just haven't put them up yet. I was dealing with curtains today. So I've been in the Jeep pretty much since we got to camp. I mean, I had to set up the solar panels and I had to get my dinner out of the fridge. But other than that, I've been in the Jeep. It is just so windy. You can probably hear it. And it kind of rocks the Jeep. It's so windy. So I read for a while, and then I've been downloading footage from my phone to the laptop, working on that, and I'm getting ready to go to bed. So I don't know if I like the desert. You know, if I have to stay in the Jeep the whole time because it's so stinking windy, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. I mean, you go up in the mountains, it's not windy like this. You can at least, you know, bundle up and stay outside for a while. But man. Anyway, I will see you in the morning. Good night. Good morning. It is about 8 o'clock, I think. I woke up at 6. Had to get out and use the bathroom, but I've been in here ever since. It is still crazy windy. It kind of slowed down during the night, but picked up in the morning, and it's just crazy windy. You can probably hear it. I'm just about ready to get out of the Jeep and see if I can set up the solar panels to get us a little bit of more solar into the Jackery, but this is just crazy. I was planning to go back into Valley of Fire today and do that one last hike and check a couple more of those places you stop along the road and look at different things like Elephant Rock and a few other things, but getting ready to get out. I've been thinking about making breakfast inside the Jeep, but let's get out and look around so you can see what it's like here. As I was just about to get out of the Jeep, I noticed that it's raining now. Wonderful. You can see how windy it is by the plants blowing in the breeze. You can probably hear how windy it is. And the Jeep is rocking when the big gusts come. So let's get out and see actually how much it's raining. There's only a few drops on the window here, so let's get out. I don't know how much sun we're gonna get. There's a lot of clouds. We might be having some rain. So I got the solar panels out and I'm starting to make breakfast, even making some hot tea because it is cold out here. And then I'm going to get inside and get comfortable for a little bit. So, well, good afternoon. It is just after 1:30 and I'm still in our camp spot that I've been in all day. it'll rain for a little bit, and then the wind will die down, and then it'll get windy again, and then it'll rain a little bit. I just got out and was packing everything up, putting the last few things in the Jeep, like my chair and my table, that I have to take out to go to bed. So those things have been outside. They are now in, and we're going to find somewhere else to be, because this is, I mean, it's been relaxing sitting in the Jeep and reading. I took the GoPro down and downloaded those clips to my laptop, so I've got some stuff done. But I'd like to be outside. I'd like to maybe find somewhere that's not quite so windy. So we're gonna go down, I think we're gonna go down to a part of Lake Mead and see how it is over there. If maybe it's less windy, maybe there's somewhere nice to camp over there. So we're just gonna go over there for a little bit and see what it's like. So come along. Well, we made it to Lake Mead. It is windy as heck out there. The closer you get to the water, the windier it is. There's white caps on the water. But I'm going to try to find somewhere to camp. So let's keep looking. Well, I think we might have found a campsite. It's still windy, but let's get out and I'll show you around. That looks like our closest neighbor in that direction. Then we got mountains and even blue skies and sunshine. I'm so excited. Lots of people out here camping. There's another camper right there by us. And out there's the beautiful water. But as you can hear, it is windy. First thing I'm going to do is set up the solar panels. Well, I'm back in the Jeep. It might be windier here than it was at the other campsite, but we are getting a little bit more sun. The sun has gone behind the clouds now, but we're getting better solar than we were at the other place. So we do have a view of the water. This is what I see out of my window. So not a bad view. Could do without the clouds and the wind, but what can you do? Just enjoy what you got. So I'm going to sit in the Jeep and do some work, do some reading, relaxing until dinner time. It's now just about 3 o'clock. So got a couple hours till dinner. So let's just relax. Good evening. It is just after 6:30. I've been sitting in the Jeep reading and doing some work because it's been so cold. Even though the sun was out off and on, it is so windy and so cold outside. So I've been staying in the Jeep. So I've packed everything up, put the solar panels away and everything, and drove down here to the pit toilet. Because when you're out in the desert and there's a lot of people all around, you can't do like you do in the woods and go in the woods and go to the bathroom. So I had to drive down to the pit toilet, and I'm parked not too far from it. So if I have to go again before morning, then I'll be right here. So I'm going to probably read for a while. I've already finished one book. I've watched one YouTube video and might watch another and just relax until I'm ready to go to bed. But tomorrow we'll go back into Valley of Fire and do that last hike and see a few of the other sights to see. So I'll probably just say goodnight right here. There's no really point in bringing you back when it's dark and you can hardly see me. So I will see you in the morning. Good night. These black clouds that are coming overhead, and that might be rain over there. So I'm getting the Jeep all ready for bed. Again, see you in the morning.